everyone, welcome back or welcome to Bookish Blonde. It's Jen. So thanks again for stopping by today. I am so excited. So for February's theme recommendation, it's going to be Friendship February. So I have 10 books here off my shelves that I want to recommend, 5 that I have read and 5 that I have not read, all that have to do with friendship as one of the main themes of the books. Okay, let's just get started. I'm going to start with the books that I have not read yet, and hopefully get excited to maybe push one of these back up further on top of the to-be-read list because I have so many options, it's overwhelming. Okay, so the first one that has themes of friendship, as far as I know, is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. Now, this is a Fredrik Backman that I feel doesn't get as much love as some of his other works. It's just not a favorite amongst people, but I have also heard good things. So this one, you're following, it says, looking at real estate isn't usually a life or death situation, but an apartment open house becomes just that when a failed bank robber bursts in and takes a group of 8 strangers hostage. Each of them carries a lifetime of grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions that are ready to boil over. None of them is entirely who they appear to be. In short, they are the worst group of hostages in the world. But as minutes tick by, they begin to suspect that the criminal mastermind holding them hostage might be more in need of rescuing than they are. So as the authorities and the media surrounds the premises, these reluctant allies will reveal surprising truths about themselves and set in motion a chain of events so unexpected that even they can hardly explain what happens next. Anxious People is a constructed story about the enduring power of friendship, forgiveness, and hope. The things that save us even in the most anxious of times. So I've heard this one will make you cry, make you laugh out loud. Fredrik Backman's writing is top tier in my opinion. So this is definitely one about friendships that is on my radar. This one is a very strong recommend from Sara over at Sara's Nightstand, and that is The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. This is, I believe, like a coming-of-age book, and this group of friends, it's where you get the friendship from. So we are following Dill, who is not the most popular kid in school. It takes place in Tennessee. Dill's father fell from grace in a scandal that reverberated throughout their small town, and Dill becomes a target. Fortunately, his 2 fellow misfits and best friends, Travis and Lydia, have his back. But as they all begin their senior year, Dill feels the coils of his future tightening around him. His only escapes are music and his secret feelings for Lydia, neither of which he is brave enough to share. Graduation feels more like an ending to Dill than a beginning, but even before then, he must cope with another ending, one that will rock his life to the core. So this sounds really good. I'm excited to pick that one up. I feel like a broken record already. All right, the next one is The Reading List. This is by Sara Nisha Adams. Honestly, I picked up this book originally because it had books on the cover, and I love yellow. Yellow is another one of my top favorite colors. But this one, we are following a widower, and she's living a quiet life in West London. He shops every Wednesday, goes to temple, and worries about his granddaughter, Priya, who hides in her room all day reading. Alicia is a bright but anxious teenager working at the local library when she discovers a forgotten slip of paper in the back of To Kill a Mockingbird. It contains a list of novels she's never heard of before. Intrigued, she decides to read every book on that list. As each story gives up its magic, the books transport Alicia away from the painful reality she's facing at home. When Mukesh arrives at the library, desperate to forge a connection with his bookworm granddaughter, Alicia wonders if the books might be a lifeline for him too. As the reading list begins to circulate in their community, new readers discover how fiction can illuminate so much about joy and sorrow and real life. So this one, it's a little unclear where the friendship piece comes into it, but I've heard that friendship is a main theme in this one, so I'm trusting that it is, but like I said, I haven't read it. 2 more of my unread books, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, which we all have heard of this one, I'm sure. Still yet to read it. This cover is stunning, though. I love all the colors on it. This one follows some gamings. It takes following 2 friends, and And it kind of follows their friendship, I believe, like over their scope of their lives. That's all I really know about this book, but that's obviously you're going to get their friendship from when they were kids to as they are adults. So this one has friendship in it. And then last but not least of the books I have not read is The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. This one is historical fiction. You're following two different girls from different backgrounds, and they begin working in the sea with their village's all-female diving collective. Over many decades, through the Japanese colonialism of the 1930s and 1940s, World War II, the Korean War, and the era of cell phones and wetsuits for the women divers. So they develop the closest of bonds, but after hundreds of dives and years of friendship, forces outside their control will push their relationship to the breaking point. Lisa C. is a very, very great author. I've read a couple books by her and loved her. So it looks like we're following these two women, and they're probably best friends. And there you have it. Okay, the next 5 are books that I have read and highly recommend. Okay, so the first one is by Marianne Cronin, The 100 Years of Lenni and Margot. I loved everything about this book. This book was so sweet. It pulled on all the heartstrings. You're following a younger girl, a teenage girl, and an older woman. Together their ages and add up to be 100. And so they're both, it's very bittersweet. They're both on the cancer ward, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Just says terminal ward, so I might be making that up. So they join the hospital's like arts and crafts class, and they become good friends, and they decide to make paintings that follow the lives of both of them. And that's all I'm going to tell you. But if you like stories that pull on the heartstrings, a little bit bittersweet, but just beautiful, makes you realize and really think about, you know, what impact your life has on other people, how our time here on earth influences other people, your legacy you leave behind, those kinds of things. So this one was, it was just so good, but it was hard to read because it was very emotional for me. All right, next one is Firefly Lane by Kristin Hannah. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. If not, you've heard of Kristin Hannah. This is one of her contemporary books. It's not historical fiction. It does take place partly in the 70s, so technically that part is historical fiction. But you're following two friends, and I don't want to spoil anything. Yes, two friends. One of them is not the coolest person at school, and the other one is. They kind of strike up this friendship. For 30 years, they have a very good friendship. They're there for each other. They see each other through the good times, the bad times. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but something happens and puts their friendship to the test, basically. But this was really good. I read it a long time ago, but I did love it when I read it. And I did not care for the TV adaptation very much, but this one was really good. Okay, next one is The Best of Friends by Lucinda Berry. Actually, the next 3 are all more on the mystery thriller side. This is not my favorite Lucinda Berry, but I did really enjoy it when I read it. So this one, we are following best friends, 3 best friends. They are moms, and during a parents' night out, there's a tragic accident that happens, leaving one of their teenage boys dead, one in a coma, and the other one that will not speak because he's so traumatized. So obviously this is a mother's worst nightmare, right? And so you're following what really happened, what does this do to their friendship, and how do these 3 women handle this moving forward? So it was good. It was not my favorite by her, but definitely if you like Lucinda Berry, it's definitely worth picking up and reading. She's an author I want to eventually read to zero, I think, just because I've never not enjoyed her books. So if you're a huge Lucinda Berry fan, pick this one up. Okay, Finlay Donovan is killing it. Now, the friendship in this one is one of my favorites. It makes me think of like Lucy and Ethel from I Love Lucy. This is book 1 in the series. Let's see. Yeah, I have the first 4. I've read the first 3. So I'm kind of, actually, maybe I'll be picking one of these up soon. Picking up number 4 because it's been a while, but it's just a fun book. You can't take this book too seriously. It's a little bit like, oh my gosh, would this really happen in real life? This one, the premise it starts with, she is meeting with her literary agent, talking about her new book. Someone in the restaurant overhears them and thinks she's a like hit woman, so she asks, can I pay you this much money to kill my husband? And you follow it from there. But oh my gosh, the friendship in here is just hilarious. They're best friends, and this one is a must read if you have not read it. And then kind of in the vein of the Lucinda Berry book, but different, but this is The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. And the reason why I'm saying it's kind of similar is because you have another group of friends, adult women. There's a party going on, and one of their young boys falls from his bedside window in the middle of the night. So it says, over the course of a tense 3 days, the women of the neighborhood grapple with what led to that terrible night. People-pleasing Blair, Whitney's best friend, suspects something isn't as it seems. Rebecca, the ER doctor who helps treat Whitney's son, has struggled to have a child of her own, and all-knowing Mara, the older woman next door, watches everyone's world unravel from her front porch. So I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I haven't read the other Ashley Audrain, what is it called, that everyone has read, The Push. I still have not read The Push. Or maybe I did. No, I don't think I have. But yeah, so The Whispers was really good. 5 stars. Awesome cover too. I love this coral color in the background. Another favorite color of mine. So blue, coral, yellow. You guys are just learning a lot about me. Anyways, that's it. So there's 10 books that deal with friendship. I hope you guys get some good recommendations from this. It's just a fun theme that I'm going to do every month. I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do for March. Let me know in the comments down below of the 5 that I haven't read, the first 5. Have any of you read them? Would you recommend me picking one of those up soon? Like, do you have a favorite out of those 5? Those were The Island of Sea Women, The Reading List, The Serpent King, Anxious People, and Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. So out of those 5, if you guys have any strong recommendations of something that you think I should pick up sooner rather than later, please leave that in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys, and hope you guys have a great day. Happy reading. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.